Why is dating so important for you? Why is dating important for all these guys, right? And usually, when someone puts so much emphasis on dating and getting with women and being in a relationship, it's usually because they're not skilled slash they lack a bunch of it, right? Someone who's been on a lot of dates isn't worried about dating. Someone who has a healthy relationship isn't worried about being in a healthy relationship, finding someone. Same thing goes for guys who don't have much experience with women, and so it's kind of a snowball effect where it's like you don't have this experience with women, and because of that, you put more importance on it, and it just makes it bigger and bigger, a bigger deal, right? And I do partially think I relate to this. I don't. I put a lot of emphasis on. I wouldn't say a lot, but I do put emphasis on like being with a woman and getting a relationship for some reason. Even when like there's no girl that I'm interested in at the current time, I always find another girl. There always seems to be some girl that's going on in my mind, and it could literally be a girl that I've known for a while, and now she's like, oh, she's on my mind now. There's always a girl on my mind, and it's like, I think I do value, dating and all this stuff because I'm not an expert at it, and I've had limited experience. Not that to say I had none. A couple years ago it would have been, but lately I've gotten better about it where I have some experience now, but still it's not a lot. And so I have to ask myself, why is it so important? And I watched this video with Dr. K. If you don't know who that is, his channel is Healthy Gamer or something like that. I've watched his videos lately, and he put it this way: think to yourself, if you value dating and you value being with a woman so much, think to yourself first, why is this? And you could literally pause this video because sometimes it does take a while to think what is it about finding a woman and dating that makes you like want it so much, because especially if you have limited experience or you haven't been in one. Like, I have not been in a serious relationship. I would say I've had things here and there. I would never say I was in a fully committed serious relationship, right? If I have never been in one, which I don't consider myself to be in one, why the fuck do I care about it so much and think about it so much, right? And this raises a problem because a lot of times when you don't have anything to base it off of, you start fantasizing and you start thinking about it, right? So think of it this way: you're a young man, you've never been in a relationship, right? That's me. I've never been in a serious relationship. And because you've never had it, or you've never even had like come close to it, you value it more. It's almost like a rarity thing, right? It's rare because you haven't had it a lot or haven't had it at all, so it becomes more valuable to you. And the more it becomes more valuable to you, the more you think about it. The more you think about it, the more you fantasize about it. And when you fantasize about being in a relationship, it's what? A fantasy. It's going to be a dream scenario. This girl is going to be beautiful, model looking type. She's going to have a great body. She's going to be feminine. She's going to be just the way you want her to be. And in your relationship, things are going to go this way and this way, and this we're going to do this and this, and it's going to be great. So when you build this fantasy, and the longer you build it, the more you cement it in thinking that this is what you want out of a relationship. This is what I need, and this is what I'm going to get. And when a girl comes along who is a human and has problems and is not perfect, just like you, comes into a relationship with you, who's a good girl. Like, again, she could be a great girl. She could be your dream girl. But she doesn't fit your fantasy because you fantasized and made this dream scenario where if it doesn't go that way exactly, it's a negative experience for you. It could be a great girl, and it could still be a negative experience because she didn't fill your fantasy, right? So this is a problem. We need to destroy that fantasy, and we need to stop putting so much importance on it. And another thing you can do is think about the fantasy, right? First, understand why you fantasize about this. What about a relationship makes you want it so much? When I think of a relationship, I always think, oh, I have a bitch I can talk to, um, someone I can chill with, someone after a hard day of work and working on this channel and working on my side hustles and going to the gym and all this, and then I come home and I can lay down and just hold on to someone. I don't even have to talk to her. I can just be with someone, be at peace, right? That's something that sounds good to me. Something that sounds good to me is like just, I think having someone that you know cares about you. Another thing that, and I'm doing this real time. Um, Another thing that I think about when I think of being in a relationship is that other people don't see me as, I want to say, a loser almost. I almost see it like, oh, this, they all know now that I have this girl, so someone does care about them. Someone, I'm worth someone paying attention to and caring about. And again, this is probably a thing that I just put on in my head anyway. Another thing is like, I'm not a social person. I don't like getting out much. I like work. I like to stay in. I see myself doing more things with this girl, right? I see myself connecting with the individual. That's what I see when I think about it, why I want a relationship. And so after you've done that, I just did it briefly. And I seriously, honest to God, I did it just in the moment right there. Because I know I want to do this video. I was like, I'm going to do it in the moment, right? I think it'd be cool. So those things that I mentioned, what about that is flawed? It's flawed in the sense that a lot of them I don't need a girl for. Going out, doing more things, being more social, I can do that with my friends, with my family. I could do it by myself if I wanted to. I could do that without a bitch, right? So, dang, you can start doing that, and that will help you break down your fantasy because now you don't value it as much because you're doing those things. Someone just to talk to, someone to chill with. Well, I do have a family, I do have brothers, I do have a roommate, I have a great friend, but I just don't confide in them. And I touched on this on a previous video. I just don't do that. So if that's something I'm fantasizing about, maybe I should try it. And if I don't like it, then okay, I'm just a private guy. I don't talk about that shit. But at least at that point, the fantasy part of it is done. Okay, I'm not fantasizing about that anymore because I've done it, and or I'm doing it and I'm enjoying it, and now that's not a part of the fantasy because I'm doing that now. Well, something else I said. I didn't write these down. I could have written those down to make it better. And I'll definitely watch this back and like think about it more. But to feel wanted and needed. I think this comes, and honestly, I'm gonna get pretty vulnerable here for you guys. I feel like maybe a lot of my self hate and um, critiques on myself and being so hard on myself comes from the fact that my older brother and our relationship kind of just hit a brick wall and never took form again. Like me and my brothers, my older brother especially, and my younger brother, we used to be so close. We used to talk about whatever, do whatever, laugh, have fun. And again, I'm getting pretty vulnerable. I think what happened was that my older brother started getting influenced and started spending more time on his phone, started getting lazy, started caring about what other people think, got on social media, and so he kind of stopped spending time with me and my other brother, and as a result, me and my younger brother stopped connecting on that level. And I think ever since then, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I've can't say it right now, but I'm basically tearing up because I haven't really said it, but I think I've wanted my brother's love since then, and I've tried to find other ways to get it from whether it's society, whether it's people that I don't even know, whether it's from from whether it's from a girl. That's something that I lost when I was little, and I haven't got it since. And honest to God, I want it so much, but I know my pride gets in the way. And maybe the fact that I feel like he left us, and I feel like he won't. If I try to reach out to him again, he won't accept me. I don't know. But yeah, it's something that, even just talking about it now, I had a dark retreat. I don't know if you know what that is. It's basically when you're in a room, dark, completely dark, nothing in it, and it's quiet. No one else is in the room. No one else is in the house. That's how I did it. And you just spend however long in that dark, and you have to deal with your own thoughts. And it's supposed to be very enlightening. And I did this, I believe, last year, like in November. And I did it for an hour, I believe, or 2 hours. And I came to the conclusion, once I was bored, I was thinking about stuff. I started questioning, okay, why aren't you content with life? It started getting that deep pretty quickly because you have nothing else to stimulate you. You just have your thoughts, and you have to work them out. And what I came to was I was literally on the floor crying to God because I felt like I abandoned my faith, and also crying out for my brother and my brother's love. And again, these are things that it's come about. This is like the third time now I think I'm having this realization. It was today, right now, literally, during that dark retreat, and then I think a year or two before that, I, my mom and dad and my brother weren't on best terms, and I basically inserted myself into it, saying that I can help with this. Let me try to help build y'all's relationship. And it was only a facade, honestly. It was really a way to connect with my brother again. And yeah, I just haven't made an attempt. He lives out of town now, and I just don't see him much. And again, I want to connect with him. I want to connect with my brothers again, but I just haven't. I know you can't see because I have the filter on, but I'm freaking crying my eyes out right now. I want to wipe them off, but I can't because if I put my hands in front of my face, the filter will like mess up, and then you'll see my face. And I'm trying to keep my identity a secret for this channel, but just looking down at this paper, I forgot that one video I was fucking making, man. This video is called "Why is Dating So Important?" And maybe you could see with this just that if it is so important to you, just really take a deep dive. Like, this is what, 15-minute video, 13 minutes in, and I haven't. And just talking it out and thinking about it, why I want a relationship so bad, I came down to the conclusion that I don't think that's what I want. I think deep down I want my brother again.